Hey everybody. So today we're going to talk about the basics of noise reduction for digital audio, specifically using Audacity. I want to thank one of my patrons, Michael, for asking this question. Audacity is a great free tool. I use it all the time. It's a fantastic linear editing tool for audio. So anytime I'm doing stuff like this, I will bring the sound file in twice, and so I've got this bottom one muted. This one's muted right now. You can see me turning it on and off, and I'll be adding anything that I'll be changing, any effects or anything that's going to happen to the top one, and that way I can mute them back and forth, and you can hear the kind of Coke Pepsi taste difference. And it sounds like my dog is going to start maybe barking at some. Might be the mailman this time of day, so just be aware that might happen in the background. So let's take a look at what we've got here. This is like a 20-something-year-old guitar recording that I found. So even before I start playing, you can hear there's plenty of noise in this. So very often that comes from taking a quiet recording and turning it up louder. If you use compression in particular, it's going to take all the loud stuff and turn it down, and all the quiet stuff and turn it up, so you'll get even more of this. In this case, I'm pretty sure I actually recorded this onto an audio tape, like a cassette tape recorder. Now, as we get deeper into it, it's like the frequencies of the guitar are going to overlap with the noise, so we're not going to hear it as much. So a little bit later. So we can hear that there's some noise in there, but the noise kind of fades in as the guitar fades out. It's probably best heard at the end. We'll hear the last couple notes, and then as that last chord rings out, you can hear as the chord dies down, the noise is going to kind of fade in underneath it. So one of the things that Audacity does for us, which is really great, is it gives us a noise reducer tool, which is actually pretty solid. So I'm going to just do a taste test just for part of the sound to see how well this works. This is going to be under Effect Noise Removal. It might say Noise Reduction depending on the version of Audacity that you have. Now, when you click Get Noise Profile, it's going to close, but it very quickly got the noise profile from there, and then we'll have to come back and do noise removal. And if we do preview, it'll give us a preview of what that sounds like. So that already sounds pretty good. I'm not going to change many of these. I think you can, in your work, you can kind of adjust them and see how you like different parts. You might have 5 or 6 audio files up and apply different things to each of them and mute them and figure out which ones sound best. I've even done things where I've applied effects to like a first part of a song and then faded that out while I faded in the next track or something like that. But in this case, we're going to keep it pretty simple. I'm just going to hit OK, and we can see that it clearly has affected the wave file. Now, I'm just going to say that looks like it's a lot quieter, but let's listen to it and hear what our ears tell us. So this is that's what the noise reduced part sounds like. And this is where the like kind of Coke Pepsi taste testing comes in. I'll mute the top one, and let's listen to the bottom one. This is without the noise reduction. I'm not sure that it even sounds that much louder. Let me start right here. I'm not sure it sounds that much quieter noise reduced. I think that a lot of the peaks that we're seeing here is actually the noise. So one of the things I'll do is I'll just double click to select all. Usually zoom out to make sure that I've got the whole thing selected. And just very quickly, let's try getting the noise profile. You saw that flash there, so it got that. And then this might take a little bit longer if we're applying to the entire thing. Not terribly long with modern computers. And now we can kind of go through each one of these areas. Let's take a listen to the end and see how that noise... It's still there, but way better than it used to be. So if I switch to the bottom one, you can hear that noise really kind of come in. And also the undenoised? The original file sounds a lot more brittle. There's a lot more high end on it. So I would probably come through and maybe apply some compression at this point, or maybe some EQ to bring up some of the high ends that have been turned down. But I don't think that I would maybe do a lot of normalization and try to make this much louder. This is a much better sounding file right now. Let's take a listen in the middle. And then the original. I can even hear those, like, some of those high strings are really popping way out of the mix. I don't know if that's coming through on the video mic, but yeah, I would probably add a little bit of equalization to this, maybe bring down some of the bass and just a tiny bit of compression, and I'll probably not do any normalization, just to pump this up so that the waveform be just a little bit higher. I'd probably split the difference. I'm betting that most of these peaks here are a very high-endy stuff, so like the noise on top of some of the high sounds that the guitar is making. You can even see here it peaks out completely at the end there. Let me zoom in. Yeah, I think I'm clipping all the way up. That's probably a very high note. Let's see, what is that? Yep, that's a very high note that is also having the noise on top of it. And it just sounds a lot more brittle in the original. So yeah, those are some of the basics of noise reduction in Audacity. Audacity is a free program. It's awesome. Go get it if you want to do any type of audio stuff. And you know, if you got a budget of $0, it's awesome. And it's awesome even if you got some loot, because it's just a great program. Cheers.